Greetings, ladies and gentlemen! My name is Smiling4, and welcome back to Alliance for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Man, it's been quite a while since my last episode for the series. I can't remember how long it's been, but yeah, I'm finally back, guys. Here to complete this series, hopefully once and for all, as now, with the road to Final Fantasy 15 coming to a close end, I have more time to do my other series. So there's that. But in case you guys have been watching these back to back, last time we actually finished off Mephisto's realm. Yeah, it was great until we had to let one of our comrades die. In which case, yeah, not so great. But you know what? Hey, better one than none, right? Isn't that how the old saying goes? Sure, we could have saved both of them, but well, actually, no, we couldn't. Game and all. But, you know, it'd be awesome if we could. Anyway, today, we're going to a new headquarters, yet again. This is our second time heading to a new headquarters, but this is going to be our third headquarters, if that makes any sense to you. But before we go, here's a team that I have set up. I have Electra.
Okay.
I have a new form for Ghost Rider, the original skin, I believe.
By your command.
Thor's in his, what I want to call his Avengers outlook, and
As you wish.
I can't remember this. I can't remember when I got Black Panther here, but I have him. And since I don't remember getting him in the first place, I intend on using him. But in case I haven't gone over it, in order to unlock him is basically the same way as unlocking Daredevil. Find 5 statues, and boom, you got him on your team. Simple as that, and he's a pretty fun fighter. So, with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, let's get a move on, shall we? We use the orb of teleportation here. Are you ready to teleport to Asgard, the home of the gods? You bet I am. What awaits us now?
Ho, brave warriors of Asgard! I have come to pay my respects to Odin,
Loki.
and of course I brought presents. Behold, my tribute to the All-Father. The day of reckoning has arrived! Long have I been denied my rightful place. But now, I have the power to take it! Odin's throne will be mine!
And in a surprise twist that should come to no one, Loki is invading Asgard yet again. Seriously, how many times has he invaded?
Look around you, team. We're standing in a land very few humans have ever seen. This is the world known as Valhalla. It's where brave Asgardian warriors go when they die.
So in other words, we're in the Norse version of heaven? Or is it hell? I am actually not sure. And frankly, I don't want to take the time to find out.
Understand that the only reason we're allowed to make headquarters here is because Asgard has fallen, and they need our help to defeat Doom.
Of course they do. What can we do to help them?
Right now, we have 2 possible missions. First, the gate of the Bifrost Bridge has been locked and needs to be opened. Second, many of the gods are being held prisoner in Asgard. For more information on freeing the prisoners, talk to Lady Sif. To find out about the Bifrost Bridge, talk to Hermod. If you're ready to start now, take the path to Asgard or the portal to Bifrost.
Gotcha. And here we are in the courtyard of the gods, and sure enough, this time around we actually have 2 places we can go to instead of just one linear place. Kind of a little bit of a change, but nothing too overall big. I don't even know how to word this. Anyway, before we head on there, as you guys know what I like to do, I like to talk to these guys after each mission, and that guy you keep seeing running in between us is Hermod. Basically the Hermes of Norse. In fact, when he gets back here, I'm going to see if I can talk to him. Get Thor out. As you can probably expect, Thor's going to have a lot of conversations with a lot of people in this area. Just period. Yep, here you go.
Thor, it does my heart good to see you back amongst the gods.
Hermod, my friend, I am pleased you did not fall in the attack on Asgard.
Aye, but I bring bad news from the Bifrost Bridge. The wrecking crew has closed the gates to Midgard, stopping any reinforcements from joining us.
Worry no longer, Hermod. We shall go to Bifrost and reopen the gates.
But first, who are you?
I am Hermod, the fleetest of foot in all of Asgard. Because of my speed, I sometimes act as a messenger for Odin.
Again, basically the Norse version of Hermes. Have you ever been to Earth?
Yes, I lived there for a short time because of a spell Odin cast. The gods were sent to Earth and given human identities.
Really? I wonder if Thor was part of that. What's the Bifrost Bridge?
Bifrost is also known as the Rainbow Bridge. It's the only permanent pathway between Asgard and Midgard, or Earth, as you call it. Normally the bridge is protected by Heimdall, but he was taken prisoner during the battle for Asgard.
Of course he was. Who's the Wrecking Crew?
They are a group of villains led by a human named Wrecker. He acquired Asgardian powers when he was mistaken for Loki.
How do you mistake someone as Loki? Was it because he was mischievous or something? And more importantly, if he is mistaken for Loki, why would he be given powers? That seems odd. Never mind. Marvel logic, people. He has the power of a god?
Yes, as do his cohorts. They have plagued Thor and Asgard many times over the years.
And as we can predict, they're gonna be our enemies.
Certainly.
Yeah, thanks for the info. Oh, and in case you can't get to him directly, you can actually summon Hermod, the god of speed and messengers, from this little pedestal. I did not know this until my second or third playthrough of this game. I recommend using that if you really do want to talk to him that badly. Also, let's see if we can find it. I can't... Okay, yeah. I still gotta get used to these controls again. I'm still not used to this whole thing. I'm used to pressing B on lightning returns to jump instead of the Y button. It's so odd. On so many levels.
I am very sorry to hear about the death of Nightcrawler. I am sure you did everything you could.
No, if we did everything we could, he'd be alive right now, woman. So is Nightcrawler truly dead?
I would think so. The infinity vortex he was thrown into would have killed him instantly.
Define an infinity vortex for the non-scientists like myself.
It is the mystical equivalent of a black hole, warping the very fabric of space and time. Some say it can be used as a portal to other dimensions, but that has never been proven.
Because you claim that people die when they get thrown into it. Now, how are the X-Men dealing with this situation?
Not well from what I've heard. The X-Men are a very tightly knit group.
And Jean Grey?
Miss Grey blames herself for Nightcrawler's death. She believes she should have been the one to die.
Of course she did. Thanks, Black Widow.
It was my pleasure.
Now, here's the thing. So yeah, we had to choose who survived it. Hermod? You alright there, buddy? Elektra?
Yes.
Here you go, bud. Yeah, go deliver your messages. What was I saying? Yeah, so...
By your command.
Yeah, we each had to choose whether or not Jean Grey or Nightcrawler died. And when I tested this out, the dialogues did not seem to change. It's just the exact same thing, but their names were changed. So, like how's Jean Grey would be how's Nightcrawler, etc, etc. You know how it is. Nothing too big, at least until the end of the game, which I will not spoil anymore. Before these guys run off, I'd like to talk to Black Widow, if I can. Wait, no.
I'm very sorry to hear. It was...
Never mind, I meant Fury. Should have made sense with the whole arrow on his head.
Welcome to Valhalla. I'm glad to see you.
Hello there, Colonel Fury. How did Doom take over Asgard?
It's all because of his attack on the Omega base. You remember the super soldier serum he stole?
Yes, but last time I checked... Or am I missing something?
It doesn't if you want troops for more than one battle. But that's all he needed. He created a bunch of those beasts and set them loose on Asgard.
As we saw in the cinematic of this area, why is Dr. Doom after Asgard of all
There's
things?
some theories, but nothing solid yet.
And what are the theories?
Look, right now all we've got are guesses and none of them make sense. So I'm not saying anything until we have solid facts.
Doesn't make any sense. Dude, we're in Asgard! You know, the home of the Norse mythology figures? Look at Thor! Look at him! Look! Your guesses don't make any sense? Dude, your guesses convey solid facts in this world. I'm just saying, right now. Hey, anyway, who's in charge now that Asgard's fallen? I'm gonna assume it's, Odin?
With so many Asgardians imprisoned, and with Odin out battling the Frost Giants, Sif is now in charge.
Ah yes, Lady Sif. The, love interest of Thor. Does she mind humans being here in Valhalla?
None of the gods are crazy about us being here. This is a sacred place to them. But they realize there's no choice in the matter. They need our help.
Such a sad time for the Asgardians. Well, thanks for the info, Colonel.
You're welcome.
Alright then. There's also these two here. Vision.
Greetings. I am sorry to hear of the loss of the X-Man. As I understand it, you had to make a very difficult choice.
You have no idea how difficult it was, Vision. So, who is Odin? Although I'm pretty sure you guys would know if we had Thor on the team and all,
Odin is the most powerful of all gods and the ruler of Asgard. Because of his extreme powers, he is required to rest an entire day once a year in Odin sleep.
Odin sleep. Apparently that's a thing. Isn't Thor his son? There you go.
Yes, Thor is the son of Odin, as are Vidar and Loki. Although Loki was his son by battle, not blood.
Ah, that's right. Loki was actually the son of Ymir, I think? I know it was one of the Frost Giants. I remember that from the movie that came out. And Hermod, really? You're glitching again. We'll deal with you in a second. Where are we?
This is Asgard, a small planetary body in an alternate dimension. It is filled with mystical beings and consists of 9 separate worlds, which are joined by special portals.
And who lives in here?
Asgard consists of 6 major races. The human-like gods, the dwarves, trolls, demons, giants, and elves. Each lay claim to a different world.
And Sif?
As young adults, Lady Sif and Thor were very close. This of course angered Loki, so he cut off her golden hair and replaced it with hair as black as night, called strands of naught.
Which explains why she's a brunette within the movie. There you go. But I still don't understand the concept. Were Sif and Thor romantically involved later in life?
Yes, but Sif has been long perplexed by Thor's affection for Earth. She wonders why a god would waste his time worrying about lesser beings.
Probably the same reason why I wonder why some people tend to focus more on conversation than actually trying to focus on the future. Oh, that's just a selfish complaint of mine, I guess. And I probably got 5 dislikes from that. Anyway, talking to Hank Pym.
Hey, how are ya?
Hello, Hank. Did Doom use super soldiers to conquer Asgard? Did he?
Yeah, he unleashed hundreds of them. They overwhelmed the gods and literally tore the city apart. Then Doom came through afterwards, gathered up all the unconscious Asgardians, and made them prisoners.
Well, with an army like that, no one is safe from Doom.
Not really. Doom's troops ran off in all directions after the attack. And he's not going to be making another army anytime soon, since he's used up all the super soldier serum.
So that's one less problem to deal with. What are the wells located around Valhalla?
Those are portals to other Asgardian worlds.
A well to another world. I'm sensing Alice in Wonderland kind of twist. Are they safe? That's the real question.
You mean will you wind up in Murder World again? Nah, they're perfectly reliable. Even Mordo couldn't mess them up.
If we're being all honest here, I'd prefer not to get your hopes up. What do you know about infinity vortexes?
That thing in Mephisto's realm that the X-Man was dropped into? They're like relief valves between dimensions. There's all kinds of energy flowing through them.
So, just theoretically, if someone were strong enough to survive traveling through an infinity vortex, they'd most likely wind up in a different dimension?
Look, I know what you're getting at, but the X-Man is dead. Nothing could survive that kind of pressure.
What about a god? Could a god survive that kind of pressure? They are immortal after all, and unkillable!
Come back anytime.
That's always a theory, isn't it? No? Okay then. Alright, so one last person to talk to before we head on out. Let's see here. Oh, pick up the buy upgrade. I know it's around here somewhere. I just gotta remember where. Hello, Hermod? Mr. Messenger of the Gods? Alright, upward. And not around here. Oh, there's this. Talk to this guy here.
Halt! By order of the Lady Sif, you are not allowed into the Hall of the Honored Fallen until you have proven yourself worthy.
And just how do we do that?
Either save the Bifrost Bridge, or free the prisoners of Asgard. Then you will be deemed a valiant warrior.
So in other words, next session. Okay then. And speaking of Lady Sif here...
Sif, it is good to see you. Are you unhurt?
Though I've suffered a few bruises from battle, I am fine. And it is good to see you as well. Have you heard the news of the fall of Asgard?
Aye, and it saddens me greatly. Although it is no surprise to me that Loki was the cause.
True. Long has he desired your father's throne. And now, it appears that he may have at last won it.
Navy, I say. Asgard will be free again. My friends of Earth are strong and will aid us in any way possible.
Heyo!
Let us hope your friends are strong enough, Thor. For never has Asgard needed as much aid as it does this dark day.
And that's saying a lot. So what is Valhalla?
It is a world where the honored dead of Asgard go. Here the astral energy of the deceased exist until Ragnarok.
Ah, the almighty Ragnarok. So deadly, so interesting. But how did the dead get here, out of all things?
The courageous dead are escorted here by warrior women who appear over battlefields and take stock of the slain. The greatest of them is called Valkyrie.
Oh, Valkyrie. Yeah, I remember her. It's gonna be interesting to meet her soon enough. Who is Baldur? I actually don't know this one.
He is second in power only to the mighty Thor. Baldur is always looked to as a leader in times of danger.
Wow, Baldur must be pretty important then.
He is indeed. Prophecy tells us that Baldur's death will help trigger Ragnarok, the end of Asgard, and the destruction of its people.
So in other words, make sure he doesn't die. Do you know Thor? We just went over this conversation, but... okay.
Quite well. As children, Thor and I would play together, and then, later in life, we became more.
What happened between you two?
For a time we were happy, and it seemed that we would wed, but I could not abide his constant interest in Midgard, the planet you call Earth. And because of that, we never married.
Harsh. Well, thanks for that
now.
depressing thing. Excuse me? You may go now? Wait, you don't give me that kind of permission. Just saying. But okay, we take care of everything now. On to the basics. Of course, we can have two choices of where we can head to. Either we can take this location to Asgard, the world of Aesir, or better known as... Actually, I'm not sure what's better known as, but... Spoiler alert, we're not going there. No, we're going to the Bifrost Bridge. As that's the one I always go for first, as it is the shortest, and frankly, the easiest for me. Just saying that right now. Check it out, Orange Portal. The Bifrost Bridge Gate. And let's get on our way, people. And with the power of, you know, the previous gen graphics, we instantly just pop out of existence. Whoop.
My friends, these are indeed dark times. The Masters of Evil have overwhelmed the army of Asgard, and the only path for reinforcements has been closed off to us, the Bifrost Bridge.
Isn't that how your people travel back and forth between Earth and Asgard?
Aye. A great many warriors would return, if only the path were open.
How did Doom manage to block off Bifrost?
The gate at the end closest to Earth has been closed and barred. It can only be opened from our side. But I would warn you, the wrecking crew is guarding the gate.
The wrecking crew? Ooh, pardon me for not being scared.
I gotta agree with Webhead here. How bad can these jokers be?
The wrecking crew is not to be taken lightly. They are humans who were mistakenly granted the powers of one of my people. More than once, they have sorely tested my powers.
They almost beat you? Then we'd better be on our guard.
They are formidable opponents, but that is not all. Loki has struck a bargain with Hela, the goddess of death. Her minions will also seek to stop us.
So we're fighting gods and the undead. Right. Anyone else nervous about our odds here?
We must succeed. Without those additional forces, there is little hope for Asgard.
Not to worry, Thor. We'll get those gates open.
I thank you, my friends. Let us battle on to victory!